Hi, I'm Mark. Welcome back to Foothill Paint Fabrication. Well, today's the day. The cab goes back on the chassis. We've got a little bit of work to do still. I have a buddy coming over, Dave. He's going to help me. We got to move the bed back out of the way to give us some clearance, and then we're going to lift this cab with the cherry picker, and then hopefully set it on there with no problems at all. Fingers crossed. So I've got a game plan. Hopefully it works out. So let's jump in here and look how I got this thing set up to lift. Okay, to chain this thing up, I use the where the body mounts, the cab mounts back down to the chassis on this side. Just went up, and I've got this kind of an engine leveler I just bought, actually just for this, but I've got a project coming up I'm going to need it for. Then it just comes down, and there are some seat belts in this truck, so I used one of the holes and bolted there. I got some really big flat washers underneath, so it can't pull through. It's not a problem, and the cab's really not that heavy. And then it goes up to the engine hoist arm. And here, let me swing around here. You guys can see the leveler. So, and I use the leveler more to spread the load on those chains instead of coming up to a peak. And I wanted them less of an angle because the more you lay them down like this, the more strain it puts on them. So I wanted them up as high as I could and try to help stabilize the cab. And then the engine hoist, it's just a plain old Harbor Freight, you know, 1.5 tons. So what I did was the arm, the boom arm isn't long enough with the extension all the way out. Actually, the jack portion right there would bang into the door jamb right there. So I have two of these, both of them, in fact, both were given to me. And so what I did, I took the boom arm off the other one and I just slid the insert halfway out and slid that on there and then just used a ratchet strap to kind of hold them together. I didn't want to drill and try to pin them. And that's just to keep it from sliding forward. And then that's pretty much it. And so that's kind of spliced together. I've got a towel wrapped around here just in case, you know, we get close to the paint or anything. You know, I don't want to scratch anything. That's pretty much it right there. And it's ready to go. I've had to play around with it quite a bit to get it to lift level, you know, left to right, forward and back. And other than that, I think we're pretty much ready to go on that. We're waiting on Dave to show up. The bed needs to be moved back on the chassis, you know, as far as we can, maybe a foot. And then it's already unbolted, ready to go. We just have to lift it up and set it on some blocks. And then we're about ready to give this thing a try. All right, Dave showed up, so we're just going to go for it. Stuck on. Oh yeah, it's got to come my way a little bit. Woo! There we go. That's pretty level. Do we need to go in more?
Nope. Oh, well, barely, but let's go that way if we can.
Okay. Actually, I'll hold it,
Yeah.
and you roll the chassis
Okay.
backwards.
Okay. Don't lay it down too much on this side.
Okay, I got it. I got it right there.
Corner of the cab.
Okay.
What other blocks we got on the wheels?
Over here on my side, I put those 1x.
Let's go back.
blocks got weight on it.
Okay, now these.
All right, we got it. We didn't drop it. Okay, we got the cab on without dropping it. Didn't scratch anything. Everything looks good. Brand new mounts, mount kits. So we got brand new rubber on the front, and the owner had already rebuilt the ones for the back, those little kind of spring loaded ones, or kind of leaf spring looking ones. So we got everything in. It's a tight squeeze. Lucky we moved the bed back. We would have never got that in without lifting the cab higher than the engine and then lowering it back down, which is not something I was looking forward to doing. So all in all, I'm pretty happy. Now all we have to do, move the bed back into its right location, get some measurements on it, get it lined up good, and get the bolts back in. Okay, so we got the cab on. Now all we have to do is slide the bed back up to where it belongs and get the bolts in. We're just going to slide it slowly. We have it on a couple of blocks to get it over the hump, and it's just going to hopefully inch along, and then we'll keep moving the blocks and then pull the blocks out and lower it back down. Okay, the bed's back where it belongs. Now what we do is take some measurements, make sure it's perfectly lined up. It looks good back here. And then we can drop the bolts in and tighten this thing back down. Okay, we're going to push it in. Dave pointed out that now we're at the limit of my garage, so we actually had to ice grip the door up high. We're going to push it up close and then double check to make sure we don't scratch the top of the cab. Okay, yeah, we just... Okay. Yeah, it tries to straighten out right away. It does. We're good. We got to crank that wheel more. All right, hang on. All right, that's good right there. Whew. Win. All right. Thank you, Dave.
Welcome.
Okay, all in. No scratches, no gouges, no dents, no droppage. I think my buddy Dave came over and helped out. Jake was not a lot of help, but moral support, yeah. So we got a nice, perfect gap here between the cab and the bed. Everything's looking real good. Didn't bang into the valve cover or the bell housing. Cab sitting on there perfectly flat and level now. It's all tightened in. I got it all mounted, so it's safe. Probably going to let it sit a little bit and probably re-torque those bolts, make sure everything's tightened up real good. And that is it. I don't know if you guys haven't seen this bed yet, but Darren, the owner, he did a fantastic job on this wood. It's just beautiful. Just beautiful. It looks fantastic in here. So you just can't get much better than that, really. Okay, guys, it's on. I'm pretty relieved, and I couldn't be happier. It went so smooth, and a big thanks to my friend Dave. He lives across the road. He's a car guy too. We're always helping each other out. So 2 of us got this done. 3 would have been better, but it went really smoothly. And you guys saw how I rigged the chains. So they were up higher, so the center of gravity stayed a lot lower, so the thing wasn't really tippy. So that actually worked out really well. Honestly, I couldn't be happier. I'm thrilled how smoothly it went. It fit on here perfectly. We didn't scratch anything. Nobody smashed their fingers. Everything went great. Got the bed back on where it belongs. So it looks really good. I'm really happy. So I'm sure the owner will be too. So, but this is my project. I haven't got getting a lot of pictures lately. So get back out in the shop, in the garage, driveway, carport, whatever. Get to work on your projects. Take a few pictures, email them to me. I want to post them at the end of the video so everybody can see how much farther you've gotten on your project. So thanks for joining me here at Foothill Paint and Fabrication. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already, and mash that bell icon so you get notifications every time I release a new video. We'll see you on the next one.